Hi, this is Mike, Wildcat Hollow Farm. This is kind of a 2019 year in review. I know everybody doing videos like that. It's a little different for us. It has been a complete and utter whirlwind year. It literally started the 2nd of January, and it's been like this every day since. 2nd of January, we filed the paperwork for Peter's immigration and got that started. The 4th of January, two good friends of mine from Missouri drove down 2 hours one way to do a walk through the house and the farm here for us. Don't know, there's no way I can ever thank them for that. Much appreciated, Vince, James. We made an offer on this place on the 7th after getting the photos and stuff that they took when they were here. On the 8th, the offer was accepted. On the 28th, from 5,000 miles away, we got the paperwork by email, got everything printed out, got it read through, got it understood, got it signed, scanned everything back in, sent it back to the realtor, and on the 29th, the deal was complete. Wildcat Hollow Farm came into existence. Okay, keep in mind that we did all of this from 5,000 miles away. Right after the deal was complete, we contacted a roofing contractor via the internet with fingers crossed to have a new roof put on here because the roof was leaking. Fortunately, we ended up hiring a very good contractor that was patient enough to deal with us having to do things from 5,000 miles away. And I'd like to thank Austin Mays Construction in Winona, Missouri. Did a great job, very patient, thank you. Spent most of the February collecting research on maps, history, geology, everything related to the farm here or the area around it. So I have a pretty good file for future use. March was mostly planning and dreaming about what we were going to do. For Petra and I both, this is a dream come true that we never thought we were going to have. And we got lucky. We got very lucky. Most of April through June was planning the move. And we expected to hear from immigration around the 6th or 7th of June. Got a notice from them in June that I had neglected to include part of one of the paperwork, and they denied the petition because the paperwork wasn't there, and if I send the paperwork in, they'd consider it again, or still. So I did that, got them started on it again. In July, we had Petra actually found the shipping company that we used to pack up the household and everything. I mean, we did our own packing, everything. We started packing boxes and ended up having over 200 boxes and items to be shipped. And shipping wasn't cheap. It's unbelievable. A 20-foot shipping container cost $6,000. And it just would have never happened if it weren't for her aunt. Thank you. The German end of the shipping was great. They brought the trailer out on a Friday. We had the whole weekend to pack it up, and they were picking it up on a Monday. Fortunately, it didn't take a whole weekend to pack it up. Family and friends showed up, and we had it packed in about 5 or 6 hours. Her brother Joe made a 14-foot ramp to attach to the back of the shipping container so we could dolly things up. Beat the crap out of having to lifting it 4 foot in the air. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Stephen, Joey, Lucas, everybody. Thank you. So it left on the Monday. We watched it go down the street. That was at the end of July. And then August 1st, I flew out of Germany, landed in Charlotte, North Carolina, bought a old vehicle from an Army buddy, drove from Charlotte to Huntsville the next day, which put me there on a Friday. I think I stayed a couple of days. On Monday I had to go get my driver's license back because I had my German license. Got all that arranged, left there, drove from Huntsville to the Ozarks, and was here at the farm on August 5th. When I got here, the weeds and ragweed and buckbrush and everything in front of the house was about 7 feet high. You couldn't even see the concrete foundation portion of the house because the weeds were so high and completely surrounding it. And being a little forgetful at times, I got out of the vehicle and started walking around, and I had shorts on, and found out that every chigger in Missouri was vacationing in the front yard. Yeah, it was interesting. So I spent most of August cutting down weeds, and thanks to our neighbor Adam, with his help and a bush hog, we got a bunch of it cut down. And I started to tear out in the back of the house, and I'm really glad that we decided to completely strip the inside of the house out and redo it, because it was bad. And if you've watched any of the previous videos, you've heard me rant and rave about the conditions that were in it. Beginning of September, the shipping container got here. And because of old friends here in Missouri and new friends here in Missouri, we had a unloading crew of 11 people, not counting me. Some of them had to drive 3 hours to get down here to help. We had the shipping container unloaded in 45 minutes. And when you have a 20-foot shipping container that is literally packed to the roof, that's not easy to do. But it got done. And I'm going to name everybody here. Edie, thank you. Thomas and Caton, thank you. Vince, thank you. Jackie, Jennifer, Hunter, Logan, Autumn, thank you. If I've forgotten anybody, it's because I'm senile and old now, and I don't mean to forget you. It was interesting. The truck driver obviously had never been on a gravel road and didn't know what he was doing, and fortunately for our neighbor Joe was around with his big truck. He actually assisted in pulling a semi out of creek gravel. And I'm losing focus on the camera. Had it not been for Joe and his truck, it would have been a problem, because the truck driver hit the end of the driveway, panicked because of the turn, stomped on the brakes, and went right to the axles on his truck in the gravel. Yeah, fortunately that turned out well. Not long after the shipping container was here, the old vehicle that I bought from the Army buddy decided to give up its ghost. It locked up one cylinder and had absolutely no compression on another one. That was a big setback. A very big setback. Because of that, it put us, or put me, in renovations about a month and a half to 2 months behind schedule, and it's been a pain since then, so I'm actually behind now. Worse, on the 6th of September, Petra got an email from the Immigration Service denying the petition for her immigration. Their reasoning was that my pension income was not enough money, and owning free and clear a 30-acre farm didn't count as an asset. So Petra and I both went into panic mode, and it turned out not to be the end of the world. Some old friends volunteered to sponsor, and that pretty much saved everything. Thank you, Vince. Thank you, Lucy. There is no way we could ever repay that. But after that big glitch in the system, it's been a steady progress of finishing the tear out, rebuilding and reestablishing new walls, running electricity, cleaning up all of the rat poop, the squirrel poop, raccoon, possum, you name it, whatever it was, pooped in the house because the doors weren't closed. The nasty insulation, the 200 plus pounds of old mud dauber nests. Since August 1st, just counting the time working in the house, I'm not counting any time working around the house or anything outside, I have at this point just under 1,000 hours. My average day has been right around 10 hours a day. That includes all work time, not just in the house. But part of each day I have to go out, cut wood, use a scythe to maintain the area that's been cut down so it doesn't regrow. We have really, really good grass coming back. I have not gotten as much accomplished as I had planned because of some of the setbacks. Don't have the sewer line dug out yet. That will be done here in January. I don't have the upper part of the house in the back insulated yet. That will also be done in January. In January, we will buy the last parts for the well, which are the most expensive parts, the actual well pump and the pressure tank. And hopefully, the beginning of 2020, we will have insulation, at least running water, possibly even working sewer, and which is really good because my lovely wife arrives February 2nd. And right now, as of today, I have been here at the farm for 149 days. I know this because I write a journal every night of what I've done, so Petra can read it. Got 40 days and some change to go. And then I get to hug my wife again. Met new people, have made some really good friends. Jackie and Jennifer from Ozark, or Graybeard's Ozark Off-Grid Homestead, and their 3 kids, wonderful people. They have helped out a lot, gone way above and beyond anything that you would believe. Joey and Chris from My Slice of Heaven Outdoors, wonderful people, great kids. Met new good friends here in Missouri. Sean and Crystal, wonderful people, and we've been lucky. We have absolutely wonderful neighbors. You could not ever ask for anything more. And 2019, it's been a real whirlwind. It's had some pretty far down lows and some pretty good up happy times. And we both realize that we have gotten very, very, very lucky. Not only in getting the farm, but where the farm is located, how it's located, the surrounding area, and the people. We could not have wished for anything better than what we have. And if 2019 is an indicator, 2020 is going to be a really, really good year. As for 2020, we still have a lot of work to do on the house. I mean, it's not going to be finished anytime soon. We haven't even started, or I haven't even started on the front section of the house, so we still have half the house to do yet. But some of it I don't want to do because it falls under Petra's realm of design and decoration. I'm just a hammer swinger. We've got plans for garden this year and for some limited animals, starting with the fowl. Maybe later on this year, goats. And if we're really, really, really lucky, horses and cattle. Likelihood the cattle won't happen this coming year, but the horse will, one way or another. Part of Petra's essential happiness is being able to ride, and I will sacrifice a lot to make sure that happens. And I think I've talked long enough. If I didn't mention your name when I should have, I apologize. I'm doing all of this from my limited and damaged memory. But it's been, 2019 has been a wild ride, and hopefully 2020 will be a little more even. But it's still going to be a good year because Petra will be here and we'll finally be together again. All right, folks, that's all. Thank you. I'm glad. Oh, one other thing. We didn't start making videos until around April, and at the time we had like 5 subscribers, and right now we have 318 more than we ever expected to have, because our intent was to make these videos for us, for our family and friends, and it just seems that it's growing on its own, because we really haven't done any kind of special thing to attempt to grow it. So I'd like to thank everybody that subscribes. In comments and stuff down below, if you have suggestions or questions or comments, please leave them. We try to answer everything, and we're usually pretty good about it. All right, I'm done. Everybody have a good New Year's Eve, good New Year's Day, and better yet, may you get everything that you desire and only half of what you deserve. All right, I'm out.